Hey everybody, and a big hello to all my good friends in the comic book community. I'm sure all of you, or most of you, if not all of you, know our good friend Shmoedaddy, and I recently made a YouTube purchase from him. I think a couple of books he had on eBay and pulled off for me. Uh, but as you know, Shmo is one of the grand masters of Marvel Silver Age, and he has a lot of he always just shows great hauls and great books, especially a lot of older Silver Age Marvel stuff. And he's kind of like me. He doesn't really worry about grade all that much. So I think some of the stuff he had was like some of his extras. I was really pleased to have him, and I'm not really all that concerned about grade. If I'm trying to collect a run or a book or a title or artist, just whatever strikes me. Uh, but I'll get to it. He threw in some great extras, and this is kind of funny because this is the book. This is the title I actually really wanted to start collecting, and I bought the number one issue just a couple of months ago. And I had a few issues that I bought years ago as a kid, uh, but this is a run I really want to start getting back into. Here's ROM number 10. Very cool looking cover. Probably late 70s, early 80s. X-Men 199, the John Romita Jr. cover. This is when I still read X-Men, so this is really cool. And he thrown in a couple really nice Silver Age books. Like I say, lower grade, don't care. But here's a really great Jack Kirby cover. Tales of Suspense number 70. I've already rebagged and boarded most of these, so like I say, it's got a chunk out here, and I don't really care. I just if you don't love a Silver Age book, regardless of condition, then But this is just a beautiful cover. And I've seen this before, and I always thought it was pretty cool. So, and here we have another extra. He threw in Strange Tales 127, Thing and Human Torch, and it's got a really cool Doctor Strange tale by Steve Ditko. And actually, this is pretty nice. I'd call this at least a good, very good. But Strange Tales 127. Okay, again, the other stuff. Fantastic Four, number 40. Pretty chewed, but, I just want them to read. And, if you can put together a run of stuff in low grade, at least you've got it in low grade, and you can always upgrade later. Years ago, I didn't think that way. I was like all about, had to have just the perfect everything. But these books are becoming really scarce and high grade and like really expensive. So if you can put together a run of anything, I think you're doing pretty well. So another great Kirby cover. Guest starring Daredevil and Doctor Doom. So pretty cool. Number 41. And I think you have the Fight for Four on the bottom, if I'm not mistaken. Looks like it anyway. I think it's got an old store stamp on it. So I always think store stamps and date stamps are pretty cool. So Fantastic 441. Number 43. Another great Kirby cover. And this one I was especially happy to get. Of course, a lot of these stories I've got in reprints somewhere or the other. But this was always one of my favorite Fantastic Four stories. And really one of my favorite covers of that run. Number 51. This Man, This Monster. This came right after the Galactus Silver Surfer trilogy. Had an extra Mylar too, so I popped this one in Mylar. I had to read it again the other day when I got it. Still packs a punch. Very cool book. Sorry about the glare, but to get any kind of light in here, I got 2 or 3 lights going, and it just kind of makes it hard not to have light refracting off of this stuff. Another very cool book, Journey into Mystery 123. Classic Thor cover. Floating heads. What else could you want? Except maybe take Penny Coletta's inks off of it. But a really cool book, nonetheless. And probably 3 more that I'm really happy to have. I've been trying to put together, or starting to put together, a run of the original Silver Surfer. And I had maybe 3 issues before this. And I bought 3 more off of Joe. But just classic covers. John Buscema and Dan Atkins on the inks, on the interiors. And you can't go wrong. I think these got maybe some markers on them and maybe a subscription crease or something, but I don't really care. I still look pretty decent. So here's Silver Surfer number 8. Really cool cover. For some reason, I'm really, I don't know if you would call Silver Surfer a second-tier character. He's not had his own movie yet. He had like a crappy appearance in one of those Fantastic Four movies. But, I was kind of like what they would call a so-called, second-tier character, like Silver Surfer, Submariner, Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel, the Kree. I just love those titles. Of course, not that I don't love Captain America and Iron Man, Avengers. I got tons of that stuff too, but I always kind of had a fondness for what you might call second-rate characters. But here's number 9. Like I said, it's got a marker. Somebody marked through it, but other than that, really nice book. Complete, flat. Colors are still really nice. And last but not least, stuck to this in mile or two because it still got some good cover appeal to it. Silver Surfer 13. Really cool cover by Buscema against the Doomsday Man. I think it might have some kind of store stamp there on that one, so it makes it doubly good. Yeah, I think besides these, I've got like issue 7 and 17 and number 4, the big classic Thor cover. And the convention I'm going to next weekend, I'm kind of hoping I can find a good deal on a number 1 and maybe pick up a couple others while I'm there. So, okay, Joe, thanks very much, buddy. I appreciate it. You gave me a great deal on these, and like I say, the extras were awesome. Thanks so much. You guys that haven't checked out Joe's channel, please go do so right now. Shmoedaddy always shows great hauls, just tons and tons of just awesome Silver Age Marvel stuff and some DC and some. He's like me. He's kind of getting into Charlton stuff, so lots of great stuff to look at. So please go check Joe's channel out. And that's all I got for right now, guys. So as always,